Today we have a brand new theory for you that we cooked up in regards to this humble Twitter user, like responding, retweeting, like, can we please talk about this? Literally, who is the second voice at the end of the Goner Maker? Basically, this Twitter user proposed that I would love to offer a NOELLE as a candidate, same font and same layout as the text that happens when you abort the weird route. And to me and Cherry, it was like, yo, Hello and welcome to this new edition of the Deltarune Theorycrafting Podcast. It is I, Turf, joined with my co-host,
Gary Pong.
Yeah, and today we have a brand new theory for you that we cooked up. Alright, we'll give credit where credit's due. And basically, okay, I'm gonna show you. Just give me a microsecond. Okay. We got this magma, we prepared even better than last time, like now we're locking in, we're actually having like preparations for this stuff. So it all started, Cherry and I were talking on Discord, and I shared this thing, and I was like, in regards to this humble Twitter user called Humble Leafy, saying, like responding, retweeting, like, can we please talk about this? Literally, who is the second voice at the end of the Goner Maker? Not only do they seem to have enough power to completely alter and halt that whole sequence, they literally seem to be against Gaster. What the fuck? Which is true. We kind of forgot all about this shit, we've been thinking like for a while, like in the community that, like it's Kara because it has the same like Japanese thing text, and also how like we kind of think that it has the same sound. So there was this Mandela effect thing of. For some reason, we kept thinking that there was like a sound effect, a sound font for like the text, like it was the regular, kind of like Azrael sound font during this sequence. And, we're gonna come back to that later. Basically, this Twitter user proposed that I would love to offer a NOELLE as a candidate, same font and same layout as the text that happens when you abort the weird route, And then nothing came out of this, nothing came out of this tweet, and like it was just a cool proposition. And to me and Cherry, it was like, yo, and basically like this could mean a lot of things. And basically, yeah, it's the same font as the aborted weird route text, and it was, the same font, same layout, and we were like, yo. And this leads us to this theory that we cooked up from this, this proposition. Which is that, obviously that they are, yes, the same person. And which led us to these three conclusions. Like that the NOELLE, is the voice in the intro that interrupts Gaster. That she's aware that she is in a video game. And it has the same font, same speech, we saw this, but like, it's the same message too. And it has the same type of cutaway. In terms of like, visual and stuff. And on this part, me and Cherry, or Cherry and I, had two different stances on what truly happened. So there's like side Turf on the side and the side C, aka side Cherry, on the right side. And basically we'll see what does this conclusion, what does these assumptions entail? What do they recontextualize about the game? What does it mean for the rest of Deltarune? And are they true? We're gonna see if it actually makes sense or not. So, we both have two ways of explaining it, and we're gonna see. So, sit tight, enjoy put the video in the background, because it's a podcast, obviously, or you can just continue watching if you like watching the board and, yours truly's. Is that how you say it in Pro World? Anyway. And yeah, so. And also, I just love this art, so, credit to Nikuoi, because the art is insane. It's not an animation, it's just a one frame of the animation. And also, this code, the holidays are full of surprises. You don't fucking say, Rudy. Or should I say the Roaring Knight? Huh? Anyway. So, Gaster is Netanyahu? What?
Basically.
I
think there is an argument in Netanyahu's theory.
Yes. I mean, they are both the devil in their respective universes, so I think there's
exactly.
Yeah, you're cooking, right? You're cooking something. Okay, no, he's palm beach feet. No, he doesn't have as much motion.
Be sure to tune in next episode.
Yeah, we're gonna
talk about that.
Expand on this theory. Anyway, do you want to start or you choose?
I am going to let you start because my OBS is acting weird.
So, side turf. Yes, it is my look. I love my look. So, basically, so what we went towards, like what I went towards, like my thinking went to, we know that Noelle is a glitch hunter. Like she has the whole holiday website. She's fucking with the pipis. And like with the even with the. It's not especially like related, but it's also like she's the one who had the sighting of like Ice E, the cryptid of the hometown and all that stuff, and it's not too far-fetched to assume. Okay, wait, what are you?
I'm just hearing a bunch of bullshit. Clearly Gaster is Noelle's father walks away.
Yes, bro! Yes, bro! Oh my god, you just spoiled the whole fucking thing, man. Oh my god, bro. So basically, okay, we know, the glitch hunter thing, that she's always been into that stuff. She always tries to break the games she plays. Dragon Blazers, trying to get, push the games to their limits. And it's not far-fetched to assume that Noelle would also, like, as a child, because she's been doing this shit since she's a kid, she perhaps, like, and this will explain also, something, that she did tried to do an IRL glitch, in her like IRL, in her like in hometown, in the light world, etc. She tried to do one of these things, like maybe like breaking the game in some sort, but without knowing, because it's her personality, that's how she does the character she is. She looks for glitches, and maybe in her naivety, in a childlike wonder, she thought she could do that in real life. And I'm thinking that this could have very, very big like possibilities, because we know that Des disappeared into the code, also called like unused, like there is this unused character, this character, and we can only find within the code, like it's written unused in all caps, and it's like it talks, it talks, and it just it cannot, who can it be except Des, because I don't think, I'm not a Des Knighter. Even though, the last time's theory, I was talking about, like the Eternal Night theory and shit, and like how it's Des. I changed my mind about that, and there's a remix, a very potential, very more plausible remix of that theory that I might tackle eventually, but not today. Anywho, so, and because of this IRL glitch, just genuinely could explain why Des is now like trapped inside the code, because of some bullshit that Noelle did that one night, with like where there was Chris, Azriel, Des, and Noelle. This tragedy that happened. You know what I'm saying? And that is what I'm assuming. Like could have happened. But what does this entail, though? Because this explains in a way. This event. It gives an explanation to this event, but it also leads us towards like she went through because of this event. She went through an epiphany. Like she realized, yo, so like. This world like is actually, wait, I need to know, is Gaster green? Of course it's green. Obviously. Anyway. Noelle, what we could assume is she has an epiphany, and you could also give like some rebuttals, like hey, actually what you're saying is bullshit because XYZ. It would be, very appreciated, because it would like help making the theories make more sense. So, because we assume that she is aware that she's in a video game, this event could lead us to this event that is the epiphany of like Noelle realizing she's actually in a game. But what that means though is that she has no agency. In the messages in the weird route is like Noelle, like nothing happened. Noelle is just a Noelle, and Noelle has to do Noelle things. She doesn't have superpowers. She doesn't have like insane like probability, like impact. She's just Noelle. She cannot just go genocide on everyone's ass. She cannot do shit, and she doesn't want to. She loves these people up until now. She went through a Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club type epiphany, but that doesn't mean that, like she has any power. Just confirm your theories on Blue Sky, trust. Thank you. I mean, we know, we did it. He had to confirm them before, we just spoiled everything. So, he won't take away the credit. He was in our call yesterday while we were preparing this podcast, as a matter of fact. He's in my walls, he's in our walls, like but yeah. Anyway, it's just, yeah, and so therefore, despite her knowing, despite her having like this very clear, I love the emoji, the big Toby with the Toby flying. Clearly okay, you guys messed my brain up. Blech. So yeah, because she has no agency, she cannot do shit. She just has to continue her life. Being in this third person. The way she explains, on during the weird route cutscene with the, I just went through my life feeling like I'm watching through glass. What everything happens. Everyone's doing like. Wait, I think she says it here. They'll just keep marching down the same path without even thinking where it goes. This points toward the awareness, like concept. So and Noelle is just a Noelle is the cope she has. She's an NPC. She cannot do shit about it. And yeah, and therefore she's aware. And what does that mean? She's a sleeping anomaly. She's like a sleeping agent. She's just here. She knows, but she can't do shit about it. So she just continues living her life, despite everything. But and then what happens? The weird route awakens her. There's this. Obviously, how it goes. But with our actions, us, the soul, the player, like what we do to her, she's starting to like accept. She's starting to, she realizes, wait, hold on, I can do some shit about this. Like, so that's why she says, thank you. Oh my God, I can do something about this. Wait, there's actually, there's something, and it also, and what's a cool little like thing to point out is that she's the only one, during the weird route and all that stuff, that realizes and notices that Chris is behaving differently. And you could assume initially that it just means, oh yeah, Chris is being weird because, Chris is like, they're walking funny, like they're just like physical behavior, like, oh yeah, Chris doesn't speak with the same voice. But when you think about it, she knows that she's in a game, right? She probably just kept like taking track, keep noticing the fact that every character around her, every person around her is an NPC, and that they go throughout the same paths in their lives. They always do the same thing. They have a path. They have this exact same patterns every time. And she's the only one that notices that Chris is changing because she's the only one with the awareness that something changed in Chris. That there's now another person, another being with agency in her world. And that's how she notices, and that's why no one else notices. Because why does her mother not realize that why does the Toriel not realize that Chris is like moving different? Like either you could assume that she's a bad mother, but realistically she's not really. Although I fucking hate her guts, right? Personally, she's not a bad mother. Like she would notice stuff like that, but she's just an NPC. You get what I'm saying? So low key, only no one notices because she's low key on some flowy shit. What do you mean flowy shit? What does that mean? Flowy shit, flowy, like it was the evil motherfucker from the Undertale. He could jump timelines and stuff, and then we stole his power, we stole his Jordans, And what do I mean by that? Noelle can save and load. What? Turf, the fuck are you talking about? Turf, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why does, any of the events in the game happen? If that's true, like, how come? I'm gonna get there. Wait a second. In the weird route, aborted weird route, when you do the weird route, let's start with this. When you do the regular weird route, you both go in the lake and you start, go do your double suicide type of thing. What happens there, is how do I say this? He's probably cooking me in the chat. I'm not looking, otherwise I'm gonna get distracted.
Yeah, no, you're.
So basically, in the regular weird route, you suddenly like go into reload chapter 7, go to chapter 7 side B, because what happens there, at least from what I assume, my personal theory is that Noelle collected, like, absorbed Chris's soul. Chris died, and the reason why, like, Noelle has that shine of light to her final sprite underwater is because she absorbs, the Chris's soul. Not that she becomes the knight or something, that's another theory on its own, but that she does that and she becomes that all-powerful something. And that she no-clips, she breaks the boundaries of the game. She breaks the game, and she goes somewhere else. And we go like directly under. If you remember the the eternal night theory, like the bubble and stuff. Like she goes directly in the depths, directly in the sheltered dark world, in the bubble. Okay. Basically, she goes in the dark world that goes under, and she just skips the entire gameplay. We skip the entire gameplay through that. But what happens in the aborted weird route? The aborted weird route, something interesting happens. You can't say stop all you like. You still keep going. But once you reach that specific point, you know, that very specific point, in while you try to drown yourself, like only when you start drowning, you start to have the white flash. They start to have the fade to white stuff that happens, right? And this fade to white, what does it mean? You know, like you have to keep spamming the button so that you can like continue and complete the chapter weir route. But what happens if you let it win? What happens if you let if you abort it, basically? You just go back and as if nothing happened.
I feel like I am being enlightened by lore that even Toby Fox didn't know is canon.
Exactly, because we have reached the theory crafting nirvana, alright? All these theories we see all online and stuff is poo! We actually think real hard about this shit. We are mentally ill about this shit. We are batat, alright? We are real life batat. We carry the acid, alright? Anyway.
I'm sorry, that was a really good chat message. That got me.
Anyway.
Even Toby doesn't know.
No, absolutely, there's no way. Obviously he knows. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway. Toby always, he has like 1 million steps ahead. Like, he's not Scott Cawthon, he knows how to write lore. Anyway, so that's a free stray. Sorry, I apologize. So. Yeah. Okay, I need to. Okay. And basic. Okay, what the fuck was I on anyway? So, you know, and when you abort the weir route, like, there's the fade to white, and then nothing changed. But nothing changed. But nothing changed. Because Noelle is just a Noelle. We just cut away, and we go back.
Are you sure?
Yes. Like, we go back like as if nothing happened. So, you know, before we dive, like, lower, you know, the gunner maker... Wait, okay, no, that's actually too far. But yeah, what I assume from that, and why I think there's a save and load thing, is because the fade to white, like, as a visual, means that Noelle died in the lake. Possibly Chris as well, but low-key Chris becomes... I don't care about Chris. Yes and no, it kind of doesn't pertain to the veracity of the theory, right? So, Noelle died. And you're like, what the fuck you mean she died? Yeah, and how did she come back, you know? What the fuck happened? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you know, okay. She died. And also what links to that, you know, if there's the Noelle can save and load, there's the fade to white equals the death in the light world. You know, the fade to white is what, you know, because when you die in the dark world, you know, there's the game over screen and all that shit. But any time, which is this time around, that, you know, we encounter death, we actually get close to like dying because we have never had any other opportunity to die in the game. You know, like there's no Asgore jumping in front of Asgore's car to like, you know, like do a funny. Yeah. This is the only time you die or you get close to dying is when there is this fade to white. So we can fairly assume, educatively, in an educated assumption that that's how a death in the light world happens. And it's also funny because when you die. You know, like with the soul, like, you know, it creates light and stuff, you know, like you know, whenever you go to it shines, you know, it does light, you know, so like maybe, you know, it's just like blinding itself in a way, you know, this, so it's kind of complicated, but I think you get what I mean, you know, that the soul creates light, and when you die, the light itself gets like, you know, like evaporate, you know, it goes all over the place, you know, it kind of explodes, you know, like, how do I say this? You know how the Avatar, you know, at the last Airbender, you know, he opens his eyes and mouth, there's like beams. Imagine the soul like dies like that. But yeah, small break in between this. Let me read the chat. What have you guys been saying? All right, what have you guys been saying? You're not getting away from.
You've been getting cooked.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Such a serious theory when we already know the end. It's this. What is this?
And my two best friends are Susie and
yes, bro.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Toby is sweating right now. Like, how did you get that footage?
Don't forget to feed me with a spoon.
That's good. That's really good.
And he dies like this. Oh my god. Berry Boy is dead. What do you think of Green Pirate Gasser fishing out Chris and Noelle from the lake and reviving them theory?
I like that one.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes. And then he drinks all the water in the lake. Yes. Pirate like Gasser, like yes.
Yeah, with a big old straw.
Yeah.
Whips it out.
Yes. He uses
And just the leg goes down. I can see it perfectly.
Yes.
I can see this as a cutscene.
100%. This is clearly the ending of the Deltarune thumbnail on the right. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, if Lancer says he's the bad guy, does that mean that Lancer is one of the Titans, aka bad guys? I don't know. I mean, I think it's the low-key Lancer could be, you know, like a... No, he's just a dark now. I was almost like... Anyway, I'm thinking this question is seriously for... You answer them. You, Cherry, answer them. All right, you've been cruising like nicely. Okay, yeah, you're putting you on the spot. Yes.
What? I gotta answer chat now. Okay.
Yes.
Wet nightmare. What the fuck does that mean? Did he make you get a boner with a jump scare? That's all you, baby. That's all you. You're
Okay.
the one that said wet
So you
nightmare.
just skip the actual question. You just go and skip the actual question. Oh yeah, I forgot.
What? You already answered that
I
question.
didn't answer. I was messing up the answering, and I was like, I delegated the answering to you graciously.
No, you were like, well, and then you cut yourself off. Like, no, that's probably not true. That was an answer in and of itself.
Okay, nice scope. Okay, you will not miss it next time. Anyway, did he make you get a boner with a jump scare? Yes. Okay, let's go back to focusing. All right, enough dilly dallying. Wait, where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? What the? Okay, there it is. Okay, gentlemen. So yeah, the fade to white equals death in the light world. So we could fairly assume that Noelle died in the lake. And what does that mean? What if she died? How the fuck does the rest happen? Well, she loaded a file. And that's why, you know, it does this weird cutaway. And as if nothing happened, like the whole sequence of the weird route didn't happen. You're just back in the normal route with some small differences. We went through the video, you know, like the both, like comparison. And like they have different sprites. I mean, we could go and fetch them now. And yeah, and basically with her memories intact. But what I feel like is that she doesn't actually have a menu or whatnot to do the actual loading and save file. But it just happened, and she can do that, but she is not really aware of her ability to do that. She's on some Flowey shit, but not on Flowey's level, because Flowey is just a fucking psycho that I love and will cherish. But yeah, in the meantime, okay, I think I just yeah. We check that. So
that should be good. That's what we were watching yesterday.
Yeah. There was
I'm pretty sure it's this video. So.
There was like we compared the normal thing stopped during Noelle cutscene. It's in 144p. Okay, this is like 3 pixels.
Like the video, please.
Yes. By the way, don't forget to smash, like, subscribe, and you know, hit the hype button and the yes, to support the channel. It would be very awesome, sauce. Okay, so she does the whole malarkey, the whole rigmarole. Okay, so yeah, and then it cuts here, and we go like we do the abortion, all right, and then we go straight up back to here, right? First unique scene for Albert with raw difference versus normal. Where's the normal? Crystal style. Wait, no, but this doesn't have the regular route with Susie.
Oh, right.
Because that's what I want to compare as well. Because it keeps cutting in like specific places where, how do I say this? Like it's only lore points related. It's not about discussing like some random stuff. It's always like lore related. Like it's always like, you'll see. Like, okay, I'm gonna show you now.
You know what would be even cooler if Undertale had weed?
Undertale does kind of have weed. It has the dog smoking dog, and that was weed.
Yes. Yes. I genuinely don't know how to answer. Bro, I have one brain cell. I cannot double task. All right. It already happened. But yeah, boom, and you see here. Yeah, today, you know, like man, today was, you know, probably one of the best days ever. Nothing happened. Nothing changed. And you know what this means is basically, you know, everything that happened in we're like nothing changed. We're back here, we're back at square one, nothing changed. It's just a statement that this is the scenario we are now in. After the sentence, you know. That was one of the best days ever. But I guess it's still getting better. And yeah, boom, look at this sprite, look at this specific sprite. This sprite is like this. I'm gonna show you something. Let me tell you something. See, the sorry I was, if you look at her face closely, if you look at her face now, she has like that one pixel showing that she's like smiling. And here she's like pensive. Initially, she's not the same sprite. And then Noelle, nothing changed. Boom, she was pensive, and here like, oh yeah, sorry, I was, and she was like smiling, and she's like with a different sprite. And like even here, like on this place, you know, she's like happy. You know what I'm saying? And here she's not facing the other, she's facing the other way. Because she knows there's something that happened. She knows there's something different right now. She's aware that what the fuck just happened, but for some reason nothing changed. You know, it just happened, and she just doesn't know how to process it right now. That's why, you know, let me keep playing it. You'll see. Nothing changed.
What do you think of Ralphie's transfer mail to cigarette theory?
I mean, like run away.
Where did that one come from?
What? Okay. What is it? You mean like ran away from home? I guess. But I'm too weak to do that. You know, I'm too weak to do that. Look at the recontextualization. You'll see.
You will see.
Where is he? I want to just see. Actually, think about. You mean that? Yeah. You mean like running away from home? Again, it's still like different sprites. You know, like the talking sprites and the. You know, I guess here she's still doing the smirk, like happy, and then like now pensive. You know, but I'm too weak to do that. You know, like it's kind of resigned. But here is like, there's like something wrong. You know, and again, it's just generally it's just the different sprite. And what it to me it tells us like here, oh yeah, but I'm too weak to do that. You know, I'm too weak to just do. You know, just change my routine. You know, change like like how things go. You know, my mom is too controlling and stuff. Here it just means I failed to kill myself. I failed to like be able to like grow wings with like Chris and like break the game. You know, this is what I'm too weak to do that because she just failed. She failed the weird route. She failed. The weird route got aborted. You know, she got sent back. You know. Why would there be a different sprite? Why hasn't it been like corrected if it's not meant to? Because we had like a lot of correction in the sprites. So no, you know, I feel like it's definitely, important to keep in mind. You know, like that. Yeah, and then again, nothing changed. Boom, and then directly then is the call with the dad, and that's where the plot point we are on. We're calling about dad. There's no like, oh my god, cheese and crackers. Oh my god, I was talking with Susie and I was so horny. Like no. It's just straight to the phone call. And then nothing changed. And that's where we are now. Because a Noelle is just a Noelle. Boom. You know? And that's it. And Chris also is like super tired, you know, like you know, Chris has to go Zorgon mode to get back into track, you know. So, and that's why also in the future you'll see in the weird Susie dialogue that we see that, you know, like Chris and Noelle's hair was pointed out to be wet because of Susie. So like it did indeed happen, but for some reason we just loaded the save and went back. You know, like to me that's how it goes because it begins exactly where the cutaway in the normal ride happens. You know, because the scene literally just starts here, boom, and this is exactly where we start when we do the weird route shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, when we come back from the aborted weird route, this is exactly where we spawn again. You know what I'm saying? So to me, this is like an autosave rather than like a deliberate save file. It's an autosave. And the Noelle, without and like not with her control, like with her control or without her control. I cannot like really like prove that or not, but she definitely like some file just reloaded. Because again, they pointed out by the Y fate to white, the fact that she died, and it's the only time we see this type of stuff. And also, you know, coming back to it, is the only time we see the same type of text. You know, we did nothing change, just like in the Gunner Maker intro when it cuts away. And you remember what happens? There is a fade to white in the Gunner Maker intro. There is a fade to white, the exact same thing. It cuts away the same way, in a way. You know, that's what brings me to this. Oh yeah, and a small little fun fact. We thought for the longest time there was like a sound font during the intro, but then we actually played the game. We like, you know, we just opened the game and actually played for a second, and there's nothing. There is no sound. So like, you know, there was the only stop really, like, Cherry, you can attest to that. But like the only real like thing stopping us, like for, you know, like mentally like blocking us. Oh yeah, but it's not Noelle's sound font. But no, it turns out there's no sound. So it could be anyone. So it could be Noelle. It's not disproving anything. And yeah. So. Now let us continue. The Gunner Maker interruption is a quote for me, what I believe in my version of the events. Okay, hold on, let me put the music again. Sorry. What I believe is that, you know, the Gunner Maker interruption, you know, with that it starts, you know, you will now be discarded. No one can choose who they are in this world. Your name is is a quote that Noelle will say in a future cutscene. You know, it's like some sort of like foreshadowing, like not a flashback, but a flash forward. You know, like you see something that happens at the end, at the very beginning. It's just like the way this scene is put up, you know. And you're like, why the fuck are we now in Chris? I have another theory for that, but that's not what I'm gonna talk about right now because it's sort of irrelevant. But you know, but I do have an explanation for that. I don't think it is gonna be a waste of time to explain that right now. But trust, all right. And yeah, so. And in that part of the game, you know, where it is a scene, you know, from a future cutscene, that she obviously in that point in time, she's completely self-aware. And again, there's the fate to white, you know, like either Noelle or Chris dies, and what happens here? You know, no one can choose who they are in this world. Will now be discarded. This sounds to me, you know, like will now be discarded. No one can choose who they are in this world. This sounds like either something you say like way before you die or when someone is gonna die. You know, it feels like very final in a way, you know. So the fate to white would explain it. Either it's Chris that dies or Noelle that dies in that point, you know. And maybe your name is. Maybe it's gonna be the true name, maybe it's gonna be our player name, you know? Who knows? But yeah, this is a bit of like a conjecture in a way, but to me, like it kind of explains, it kind of gives like, you know, recontextualize the game, you know, recontextualize the first scene of the game, which is something that would like be cool because it subverts, you know, the expectations, like a Toby thing, a meta subversion of the premise, you know, oh my god, we always thought it was Kara, but it was actually us, etc., etc. And, you know, she's completely self-aware. And what I believe is that it happens in all routes, that she becomes completely self-aware. But you said that we're awakens her, Turf. What do you mean? Well, what I mean is it doesn't mean that she has to become a psycho bitch, you know, cuckoo, that's super awesome, by the way. But, like, you know, like to get that self-awareness. To me, it will happen in all routes because in the normal route, in Chapter 6, she will be participating with the fun gang. And to me, it feels like realistically participating in the events of the normal route, you know, like being in the dark world and realizing, because the last time she was in the dark world, she thought she was in a dream. But now she'll know there's an actual dark world, there's an actual, this whole game type of thing. And it's just gonna bring her back to the realization that holy shit, you know, and it's gonna give her like confirm her epiphany from that she had like a long time ago. And possibly give her like some sort of agency, you know, because she's gonna understand the world even better because it's a whole ass facet of the universe that she didn't know because all she knew was the light world realistically, and possibly it's gonna remind her of like the incident and stuff. So maybe this whole time she was always thinking about, oh yeah, what happened to Des, you know, this and that, how can I save her? She most likely like been thinking about this shit for a long time, and now knowing there's just a way to do that now, to go in the dark world, she may have a plan to actually go save her sister or something else, or maybe just break the game again, like but in her actual living world. And yeah, and also along the way, you know, I think where she's mostly aware because she seems like kind of like aloof and doesn't really know what the fuck's going on. But I think realistically, she's smart, she's intelligent, she's very aware. I think she clearly knows that Rudy and Carol is doing some shit. That, you know, I don't know if she knows that Rudy is the knight, you know, or that Carol is doing XYZ, but I feel like she knows there's some shady shit going on in her family, you know. And on her end, like she has more knowledge that she might be like presenting like she has, you know, like she probably has like more knowledge that she shows, like, you know, like pertaining to her family and stuff overall. So yeah, to conclude, to me, like yeah, it's gonna be this huge like kind of twist because even then, if you remember in the prophecy, it wasn't just like the Susie, you know, it wasn't just the cage, wasn't just the girl with hope crossing her heart, it wasn't just the prince from the dark, it was also the girl. And the funny thing is that I like pointing out is the prophecy was saying the girl. It was kind of like as if it was like bugging, as if it was glitching, like it was supposed to be written there. The sprite is wrong, you know. There's like for some reason the image is not. It's not. I don't know. It doesn't fit with anyone. It keeps repeating the word "the girl" for some reason. Like the prophecy feels kind of broken, and I'm thinking that's probably because she's like an outlier. She's literally an anomaly. She's okay, that's French accent. She's an anomaly, you know, in this whole like in the game now. You know, she kind of, because of her epiphany and whatnot. You know, she kind of like kind of breaks the prophecy just by existing in a way. You know, because of her actions, etc., etc. So yeah, she knows she's in a game. she can like load and save, you know, but like maybe possibly for now at least without her own knowledge, and she will be most likely one of the biggest like cogs in the wheel in the end of the very end of the game, you know, like she's gonna take a massive like a role. And also knowing that in the roots, you know, the Aram, you know, how do I say this, in the nightmare, you know, like in the roots, like in the mantle game, you know, the area where it lines up with the black deer, you know, the black deer room with the mirror, like with the mirror movements, this mirrors with exactly under the lake, like geographically wise, and that's where like in the wheel ride you skip down to. So it would kind of lead me to believe that this is where the game is gonna end. At least adventure wise, this is the end point, this is the final goal, and it's her sister, so she's most likely gonna have a massive role to play in there because it's her sister, you know. And yeah, that's about like the gist of it, you know, the whole thing. And I think I have this like pretty good proof, you know, in my opinion, like that like she some nice like sort of evidence. I know like some of these things again mostly just like theory crafting, but this is the podcast, this is theory crafting podcast. But yeah, I think it would be very cool. I think it would be very aura. I think it would make sense in a meta narrative way. Yeah, I think a lot of things that connect with assuming this. So yeah.
All right.
Let's have a small break.
I
by
suppose the way. A small break. Okay.
Yeah. And also like you made read chat and then before that. So what are you guys saying? You know what would be awesome? Undertale Multiverse with all the community AU trust, like an official Underverse. That would be kind of cool, but it would be very cancer, low-key. You'd have baby girl, daddy's home, you know, Sans in there. Like I'm just saying, do you want that? Do you want that? Do you want to get the gas version, like Daddy Wingy's home? You know, I don't know, man. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, yeah. Agree to disagree.
Yes. All right. What do you think of Ralsei trends from male to cigarette theory? It makes trends from male to cigarette. So you're just saying like straight to homosexual then, right? Because cigarette, you know, in English, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's what you're asking me. Anyway, but I think it's been already clear in this Undertale theory. We know Ralsei swings that way. Anyway, what would Ralsei think of the coffee plus cigarette combo as breakfast? That's already what he does. Doubly apportioned. I play through my choice. Okay, bro. Do you think Susie is circumcised? Endgame. Noel in Avengers. Real. Holy shit. We know how Thanos lost.
Didn't even bother with that one.
Yeah, of course I'm not gonna bother with that one. Holy shit. We know how Thanos lost now. Does he think we're 80 years old? What the fuck? What are you talking about? Just so you know, Turf, every time you read chat, it's gonna get worse. I know. Fuck you. Love you. Lovingly. Fuck you, but lovingly. Anyway.
As you can tell by my artistic rendition, I don't have nearly as much to say. I don't have it nearly as thought out as Turf over here. But there is one key difference that we have in the theory that I think makes all the difference. I think it's enough to be one of those things where it's two completely different paths.
I got side A, side B, oh my god.
Yep, it's side B. It's side Turf and side Cherry.
Mm-hmm.
And it all comes down to one detail that I will get into.
One tail. An Undertale?
An Undertale. Again, I have not planned it out nearly as far. I don't have any real predictions about how it's going to affect the game itself, the story and everything. But so as you can see here, we got. So this is my rendition of the Goner Maker sequence, right? So
yes.
we got Dr. Gaster here. Oh, I have the wrong color. I have white, not purple. So yeah, Dr. Gaster. This is the vessel, as you can see.
And
this is them putting the vessel, the soul into the vessel, which obviously does not happen, as you by the game intro, right?
Yeah.
The vessel is discarded and
But-
we're instead put into Chris. Whereas Turf believes over here that this is like an intrusion that is just kind of like a future cutscene, interrupting the Goner Maker sequence, kind of not coincidentally per se, but just like it's not a direct response to it, right? But I believe that it is. I think that Noelle interrupting the Goner Maker sequence was absolutely in direct response to what Gaster was saying, the whole vessel thing. Now, admittedly, I have no idea how she would be capable of doing this, but at the same time, there's not a single character in the game that we know would otherwise. So it's kind of just like a matter of like, it could be anyone. So it's not really... It's more of just... It's more like why it would be interesting and how it would work narratively more than mechanically, because again, there's no one else it could be except maybe, I don't know, the Forgotten Man, but this is not how the Forgotten Man speaks, so it's probably not him.
True.
So I think I will go over, so like what we were talking about before, the reason that we even think that these are the same people, right? The Noelle in the weird route and in the vessel maker sequence. The only reason we think it's the same person is, again, the font and the formatting and everything is the exact same.
Yep.
And like Turf said, the sound, there is no sound font for the vessel maker voice, so it could be anyone, right? And the only person we see do anything of this, caliber is Noelle in the aborted Chapter 5 Weird Route.
Yeah.
So just by, is it concrete? No. Is it a smoking gun? No. But it's basically a case of like Noelle is the only person who has shown any capabilities of doing anything like this, so it's the most likely guess. I just want to get the logic out of the way here. Yeah. So I think it was Noelle directly. And why would she do this? I don't know. We were thinking about it yesterday. So like we organized all this last night, and I was like, I don't have any ideas now. I'll think on it. I thought on it. Still don't have any answers. But clearly there is some kind of relationship between Chris and Noelle. We don't know a lot, but it's a very complicated relationship. And I think that the reason it's Chris, aside from being a human obviously, is specifically because Noelle is the one that there's something she wants, or something regarding whatever plan the holidays have. Yeah. Again, it needs to be Chris, right? That's I think Carol has made that pretty obvious, that Chris is part of their plan. They need Chris. And so, if Noelle's a holiday, if she's in on it, it would make sense that she would be the one specifically trying to put the soul in Chris. And Chris specifically, and not anyone else. Then
how the fuck does she have the power to just fuck with Gaster? That's also my question to you.
I don't know. I really don't.
What's a hypothesis you could make then? You don't have. It doesnesn't have to be root. Like for example, like my shit about
Right.
It's a sort of conjecture, but it kind of makes sense to some degree. You can make like assumptions to back up your thing.
Well, I mean, if I had to wager a guess as to how Noelle is aware of all this, or how she would be able to do that, well, again, I mean, it's just the, I guess it is just the Chapter 5 lake scene. I mean, she already did it. Like, I don't know how she did it, but she did.
Did what?
Right? Like, the whole, like, interrupting the game and, you know, cutting back to a different time, kind of skipping around, doing all that weird meta, like, game-breaking stuff, you know? She already showed us that she has the capabilities of doing that in the Chapter 5 Weird Route if you abandon it.
Wait. No one can choose who they are in this world. Oh my god! You know, here, I came up with the version for you. You know what I'm thinking?
Okay. Thank you.
Like, basically, you know, it could have been at the same time, right? You know why? Because you remember the whole ritual shit, right? Imagine it was to create a monster version of Chris's, you know, as a vessel, you know, and basically like Chris, you know, always like Chris's dream is to be a monster, right? Just like everyone else. Right. And I feel like it's not far-fetched to think like they would like try so hard to be a monster that they would go towards like trying to do like a demonic ritual. Because was it a summoning or was it just a ritual, not specific?
I think they just say ritual.
Yeah.
No. It was a summoning, they said.
Yeah.
Susie says that it was a summoning.
Because, you know, that would mean like perhaps they were like trying to summon a monster like vessel, you know, a monster type vessel at the same time as this was happening. So, you know, and knowing she may have saving powers or whatnot, you know, yeah, I'm taking a little bit from my thing. Like she may possibly have like save and load like powers. That would mean that while they were doing the ritual, you know, like she interrupted because, you know, everyone ran away, right? Like Caddy left, like Caddy and Chris were the last ones, and Chris was the final person in there. And I'm thinking maybe Noelle like knew something was wrong and something was happening, and she came in and was like, yeah, like this is like the final lines of the ritual. Like maybe she's like canceling the ritual, like something. This summoning will now be like, you know, this new vessel will now be discarded type thing, you know. And then, you know, it's like while Gasser was doing his own like Gunner Maker wrestle shit, you know, and what happens is, you know, like no one can choose who they are in this world. Talking to Chris like that, yeah, you're a human, dog. It is what it is. You know, your name is Chris. Boom, and then it happens, and then we wake up as Chris, and she uses her powers. Like maybe she uses powers, or maybe she, you know, it just happens, and boom, we are like inside Chris. Okay, not like that, but you know what I mean, like. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's
the Monster Kid ship allegations.
No, whatever. But yeah, you know, maybe you know that's something I could explain it. You know, like, and I think maybe that's a potential reason. And it was just a set of circumstances that it was just happening at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I think I see. Okay. So
yeah,
I guess then why would she want to do that in the first place?
Because maybe she knows that like something, maybe but because she needs Chris's heart, you know, for her mother and stuff. Maybe she didn't do it like from the kindness of her own heart or something. Maybe she does, but like maybe there's something like bad. Maybe there's like maybe Chris is gonna like the actual body of Chris is gonna die. Or something, and like maybe there's like a point of no return doing that she knows about, because she was into like dark goth shit, if you remember, with the album cover with Cathy, right? So she may be knowing and dabbling into that stuff, and plus she's the glitch, you know, like a hunter. So she possibly maybe knows about this type of dark stuff. Maybe she knows because she encountered friends in the past, you know, and that, you know, maybe that's with the whole incident with Des, right. You know. Maybe the whole summoning thing is, you know, is like related to friend. Maybe there's like pink and yellow, like summoning like pentagram. You know what I'm saying? You know, like maybe like redo, like I guess a recondense like what your point, realistic. You know.
The main point that we diverge on is Turf believes that the interruption of the Gunner Maker sequence was
cutscene.
Not like yeah, it's like a future cutscene kind of playing.
Yeah.
And the reason that we end up in Chris is a different, completely unrelated reason. I am saying that, yeah, Noelle, I think, whether it was intentional or not, I mean, it's kind of hard to say, because then we would have to think, I mean, was the aborted weird route intentional or not, right? Was that her intentionally doing this like whole nothing changed because the Noelle is just a Noelle, or is that some sort of weird just thing she has, like we're seeing her thoughts or something like that, you know? I guess, yeah, I suppose I'm not entirely sure if it's intentional or if it's a byproduct of some sort of thing Noelle has, because again, like we were saying, Noelle has a knack for finding glitches and secrets and stuff in games, and so Deltarune as a video game,
Yeah.
you know, she would be able to find those kinds of secrets and stuff in her own world, and we think, you know, maybe she did, and that's kind of what led into Dessa's disappearance, or, you know, is somewhat related to it.
But to counterpoint, if that's true, if this the event, like, you know, that like because what you're saying now, that I'm thinking you're saying is that the when she canceled the Chris, you know, like, I mean, the soul going into a vessel and stuff, is the same event that's like related to Dessa's disappearance, then it doesn't make sense.
No. I'm just saying that, like, I'm just wading into the whole, you know, Glitch Hunter has some sort of knowledge. I guess what I'm trying to say is the fact that she is a Glitch Hunter and has a knack for finding these kinds of secrets and things in video games. Deltarune is a video game. She found something in her own world, and that is what led to this whole, you know, like, kind of feeling that she's not really in control of her own life, right?
Yeah.
Because she begins to see the world as a game, like Jevil says, right? And so I guess what I'm trying to figure out right now is, does that knowledge allow her to affect the game? And for you, right, that's the whole save load thing. I'm not entirely convinced of that. So I'm trying to think of, like, how else it would be possible, I guess, is kind of the core problem I'm facing right now with this theory.
Well,
is like, how could she do this realistically?
We can ask the chat if they have any ideas, maybe. You know, like on the, like, how would do, you know, how can she do, like, how, you know, what explains the fact that she could do that, you know? I have none. Okay, also, what are you guys saying? Watching you on the big screen right now, North Korean propaganda jumbotron. Based. Showing on the big screen right now, reflection of the stripper's eyes as we fall in love. Okay, bro. Okay. Right. I mean, to be honest, we can leave it at that, right? For today. And, like, we can, like, maybe take on, like viewer theories or something like that. You're right?
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
I think, like, if we just, like, do a little bit of a, you know, viewer, like you know, like, viewers theory time, you know, like, I think it would be could be a cool way to wrap up, you know. We could do, like, the rating, you know, the rating this whole theory overall, like, you know, with the two, you know, the, how is it called again?
We had a possibility rating, and we had a hype moments and aura rating.
So, plausibility. But yeah, I'm sorry, like, did you want to say more, or because I feel like, you know, we reached kind of like the end, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I don't know. It's like that in the replies of the original tweet, the like, so what does that imply? IDK.
I don't know.
I get it now. I don't know.
Well,
I really don't.
I do, and I gave the full explanation. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Because I don't. Like, I also, you know, like, don't be afraid. You know, like. By the way, like to just like go on some random bullshit, because oh my god, this is also the fun of the theory, because right now, you know, like the sleeping agent shit, you know, like and the Noelle is just, because me, like for example, this is a bit of a stretch, you know, the IRL glitch is also a stretch. It's just like I use this to defend it, but it doesn't mean that her making an IRL glitch, you know, because she's a glitch hunter, it's like low-key a stretch, you know what I'm saying? But it could be possible, but it's just, it could be possible, it could, like I work on it, could be possible, therefore I'm gonna go towards it, you know, you don't have to like solid, like, it's just, the explanations are gonna come on their own. I believe the universe and the writing is well made, so we're gonna find, you know, like for example, you know how we found Sham is like John Mantle? It's the same principle. Yeah. It's like we weren't even gonna talk about that, but it eventually like just happened, and we're just piling on evidence because it's you know, yeah, you know, it made sense in there, you know, despite it being conjecture initially. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Possibility
I don't know, I guess
rate.
maybe I'm just not feeling this theory right now. Maybe. I know, but maybe. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about it anymore.
All right. Well, plausibility rate.
But
what do you think this whole in general? Yeah, wait, but you were gonna say something, right?
I mean, it's just for me the very foundation of it's the same thing, like, and that it's like when we were doing a little bit of research yesterday, and we found out that the vessel creator, the voice that interrupts it, doesn't have a sound font, so it could be anyone. It could be actually just, it could be Elphys for all we fucking know. But the fact that it's like, I feel like it's the only thing that makes sense.
Okay.
It's like the only logical thing that we have now, right? With the information that we have now, I feel like Noelle is the closest thing to an answer. And so in a way, I feel like the plausibility rate has to be like at least like a 80, 90 range.
Okay. Wait, also the chat. If you remove his mustache, Flowery and Rudy have the exact same face. It's just that Flowery has a smaller one, which I feel definitely has some kind of significance. Yeah, because like Flowery is, to me, it's an obvious reflection of Rudy. You know, your dad's my best friend. He's like his college roommate. That's Rudy. He's just LARPing as Rudy because he knows Asgore. He knows his like life and stuff, and you know he takes the form of, you know, like kind of the Rudy but of the dark world. You know, it's low key.
Yeah, orange.
Yeah, it's like, it's, to me it's obvious that it's like just, it's clearly just a reflection of Rudy. You know, like because they're trying to be humans, and you know, Flowery as, you know, wants to be like the best friend of you know, your dad's best friend. So that's why he does that, you know, like that's why he takes again the shape of Rudy, etc., etc. And it's kind of funny because it creates like this whole, you know, like this whole idea that, you know, Flowery was fighting his original version, like the original version of himself. It was like a mirror match, and plus they even have the same like silhouette kind of, you know, like Flowery versus the Knight, because yeah, Rudy is the Knight, by the way. Like it was just Rudy versus Rudy. Like the past, Rudy who was Rudy in the past and who is Rudy now, you know, because, you know, like perhaps like, you know, there was this thing you told me, like what's called orange, no, cherry, like basically you were saying, if I recall correctly, like it's how, you know, Flowery is like, you know, Asgore, like, you know, Asgore like doesn't know really Rudy anymore, like he doesn't hang out with Rudy anymore. And this version of Rudy that we see in the, you know, like through Flowery, it's who Asgore thinks Rudy is. But now, you know, in reality, like Rudy has much more heavier, like, you know, like things to do, like, you know, much more bigger responsibilities, shit about, like, you know, what he has to do as the Knight. You know what I mean? So, you know, like, it's just like this, the two like different perceptions. What Asgore thinks Rudy is and who Rudy really is just confronted each other. You know, and it's like you know, and for example, Rudy doesn't play by the rules. Rudy doesn't participate in this play pretend bullshit. Like, oh yeah, I don't play with your, like, oh yeah, fake statistics. He just fucking cuts through. Fuck you. You know, like he doesn't play around. You know, because there's a bigger fish to fry. And yeah, please don't. It's new. I would rather get taken out back like old Yeller than believe that Rudy is the Knight. But continue. Well, you'll have you'll.
Is this going to turn into a Rudy Knight video now?
No, but I'm just gonna say one thing. You're in for a very rude awakening, my child. Yes.
Who do you think is the knight then?
Who do you think is the knight?
Shadows down fool.
Yeah. And if you say it's Des, you are disqualified from Monster. Yeah, Monster Kid. Lucky Monster Kid is I prefer Monster Kid and Des. I'm not gonna lie. But okay. But going back to the plausibility rate. You said 80, 90. I think I mean this aborted rear route thing. Like the fact that,
I mean that's just such a solid connection.
Yeah, it's a solid connection.
It's just such a.
I think that is like around I'm gonna go with 90%.
Yeah.
And on the rest of my theory, at least on my side C, I think I'm gonna go with never mind. I'm gonna go here. So 90%. And personally, for my side of the theory, right, the whole I know like some shit is like a bit of a stretch. So I'm thinking like the plausibility of the whole thing, like. If you remove some parts, for example, like just the save and load thing, I'm pretty confident in that. I'm not that confident in the end game bullshit, but I'm confident about the chapter 6 is gonna wake her the fuck up. It's gonna change her.
Right.
The being aware that the dark worlds, it's not a dream and shit. This is gonna change her, like with her whole epiphany bullshit. So I think overall, the side turf part is to me. And if you want to give it a rating, go ahead as well. Wait.
I'd rather believe that we'll just never know who the knight is than follow Rudy Knight. No knight is better than Rudy Knight. Damn.
Oh yeah. I mean,
You're a total anti Rudy Knight.
We do say that Des disappears into the code. Our news has to be Des. It just makes sense. And they in part of the theory. But yeah, I mean Rudy Knight, bro. Ah man, imagine just the aura. Just think about the aura. I want to give you for a second. Just imagine the aura. just take into account the aura. Like, just think about it. I think I think that's enough to sell you. To sell you the menu, the Rudy Knight menu. All right, and then which would make it so she could be the knight. No, to me it makes it that she cannot be the knight. Des is like she's trapped. She cannot be anything else. And I think I was at one point like going through the. How do I say this? Like, through the mental gymnastics. Oh yeah, it's a part of her, like it's a shadow reflection of Des that's trapped in the code, but it's also like I think that's like too much of a stretch, too much of a hair pull. Like it's just you're trying too hard to make it work, But like so it has to be someone else than Des. Like we gotta accept that something happened with Des, and she's clearly the one she's clearly unused. And she's trapped, and like there is nothing pointing out that she has like a divided consciousness or some shit. She's just fucking trapped, and that's it, But yeah, I saw the theory board. Thank God somebody's bringing up that it's a different voice than the person who helps you make your vessel. Yeah. I mean that's common ball though, low key. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like this has been.
You would think so, right?
Really? Because
you would hope so.
Like the theory up until now was like that, like it's Kara, that it's like Kara's voice because in Japanese, like writing is the same writing that Kara has in Undertale,
I feel like that kind of fell off after chapter 2. I don't think people really felt that.
We were thinking that in chapter 2. What are you saying? You hypocrite? We were literally.
No, after chapter 2.
Okay, after. Okay, yeah, chapter 3 and 4. I mean, yeah, because we kind of forgot, like the forgotten man. But it's like. Yeah, it's just.
I mean, I always thought Chris was just Kara's parallel counterpart.
I think that's too cheap, maybe because if Chris wanted to dress,
they're the exact same person.
I think if Chris wanted to dress how Chris wanted to dress, they would be slaying like they're slaying in the dark world, but they ain't because they're wearing the clothes of their brother. Like literally this is Azrael shirts that's like passed down. And like Chris just doesn't have any agency and shit, like so I think like
that's what Kara did.
But Kara, that's Kara's choice of fashion, Kara actually just I think I'm assuming, but
no, Kara did what clothes would Kara have had? They were wearing.
No, they fell down with it. They fell down with it. You saw when they fall down, the first human that fell in the underground. They already had the striped shirt. Boom. Drop mic.
They had a striped shirt.
Yeah, but You're taking a piss if you think it's another
Frisk
one.
had a striped shirt. Had a striped shirt.
Yeah, Azrael had the exact same color striped shirt with the exact same shirt. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, dog. Okay.
They did.
Why? No. What do you mean?
Yeah, go look at the finale of
It's
Undertale.
the most
They have
insane
the
coincidence of
green
all.
shirt with the yellow stripe.
I don't want to hear it. Okay, yes, he'll pose, he'll get ready to make a titan, and then suddenly he'll cough out his lungs because he's extremely sick. There's no way that he's gonna sneak out from a hospital to go into the fountain. Steal somebody who is definitely stronger and heavier than him. Make it back to the hospital in one piece. Because they're poor. He wasn't even knocked out either. Asgore seemed awake. They did, lol. Holy lord. I'm pretty sure it's just a joke from Toby, to be honest. I think you think that you look, Rudy has more strength than he pretends to right now because it gives him a good alibi. You know, yeah, he's sick, but he's pretending to be way more sick than he actually is. Boom.
Yeah.
Staying in the hospital gives him a huge alibi. Boom. And he makes people like you get fooled like a fool, like a fool. You're a fool for for falling for his like dirty trick of being like, oh, I have cancer. Ooh, I'm in the bed. Ooh, I have cancer. No, exactly. That's the thing. And you know what I think? You know the bed with the wheels he got. You know when he goes into the flying bird stance. You know, like when he goes super fast. I think that's him with his like trolley and like carrying like whoever's like carrying. You know, just like dashing with it, like running with it. You know, he's doing that. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. It just makes sense when you piece. And plus, literally, like Noelle, like you know, he pretended to fall from the ladder. The moment, like when he needed to, he did that is exactly the moment when he needed to separate Noelle from the fun gang. You know, from Chris and Susie. He didn't just fall. He did that on purpose to separate the group so that he doesn't have to have his daughter in the bullshit. Boom, and it was just a 10 million IQ move, and that's why. Even if he's like weakened, that's why he only came in at the end, third party, like in Fortnite and Apex, bro. He came in at the very end after everyone was gassing out. Flowery gassed out, Chris gassed out, and nobody had enough strength. He just came in, like put him in the fucking like Santa bag and just like fucking ran away. Boom, with Asgore in his sash. It just ran, yeah, and boom, he done, job done. That's why he came in at the end because it was also like hospital and stuff. You know, think about it. It just makes sense. Just makes sense. Boom. Okay. All children have to wear the shirt with the striped member. Yeah. That still hasn't changed. He should not reasonably be able to lift as long. Yeah, because you think he's weak. He ain't. He's like super mega strong. He's not that strong. I feel like he's still kind of sick, but he's like genuinely exaggerating. And again, if he just like fuck like Asgore is like it's in the dark world. We know that the knight doesn't play by the rules, and like the guy is like, yeah, he's like moving, like he when he attacks Flowery, he destroys the actual flower. He doesn't attack the darkener, you know what I mean? He attacks straight up, like the actual like flower. It actually hurts you. And I think like, you know, like Asgore and whatever the fuck, like they're still in the obeying the Dark World rules and stuff. Rudy's just taking him by the fucking like pants, giving him a wedgie and just carrying him to his trolley and just pushing him away. You know, like, and like Asgore doesn't know what's happening, like because he's in a state of trance or some shit. You know, boom, like yeah. Think about it. Just makes sense. Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, that was a very passionate defending of the. That makes for a good segment, though. I'll give you that. But
of Rudy Knight.
Yeah.
See, I told you it was going to turn into a Rudy Knight defense video.
Rudy.
I told you.
Rudy, like, you know, he's like one of my goats, you know. It's like someone comes in here and shits on Birdie. I'm gonna get angry. All right. If you speak ill of the goat, we're gonna have a problem. So it's the same thing that happened here, but obviously with less intensity. But you know, you do not speak ill of the greatest character in the game, you know. Anyway, which is Birdie. You know, anyway, so plausibility rate 90%, but for my side of things, I think it's like I'm gonna give it like a it's not 90s, like I'm gonna give it like a 79%.
79. Okay.
Plausibility. What about you? What's the number you would have given?
I mean, I would probably just go like
1.
Nice even 75.
Okay, so I
but
guess
79 works.
Okay.
Yeah, 79 is fine.
So 7-7, because we gotta go halfway. It is the rule.
Sure, 77.
Okay. And then for your side of things, it happened at the same time. Oh yeah, let me
I
reach
don't
out.
have a...
You don't have a... Okay. Could also be that when he is the roaring knight in the dark world, it takes a lot from him in the light world after. Yes! Oh my god, you're so right! Oh my god, he gave a... Oh my god. Yeah, he has the mark of the beast. Like Rudy has the mark of the beast type thing. Like, you know, he has the mark of the gaster. You know, in his like fucking like abdomen. Yeah. And he has a giant G, you know, with like money, dollar signs and stuff, you know, like with bands all around. This a tattoo, and basically that thing like lets him tap into the power of the roaring knight. You know, you tap into the roots star dark like power, but yeah, it just weakens him afterwards. So he just has to become a cripple after he's finished tapping into it. You know, it's just like, yeah, a power boost, but it takes a lot out of him. Like, you know, like the like Luffy with the gears in One Piece. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah. I feel like the trance thing is weird. Route Twisted Sword, even though both give the trance effect, they share the same name. They are coded as two different stats when it comes to the Thorn Ring and the sword. I would find it weird.
That's true.
Weird, you say? If it actually showed up outside of it. Oh no, I just used the trance as a word, as a throwaway word. I didn't mean actually the mechanic of trance. They're like just fucking shocked, like they're in a state of shock. Like Asgore, do you think Asgore knew what the fuck just happened? He was just chilling, like thinking, hey, this little boy looks like my boy. Like he looks like very much like Asgore. And out of nowhere, he just like gets swooped in. Like he doesn't know what he's going like at 10 million miles an hour. Like he's like, whoa! He's just like spinning in a bubble. Like imagine you're in his shoes. Like he doesn't know what the fuck's happening. Like he's just discombobulated as fuck, you know. And whatever happens, you know. And then imagine, you know, he low-key like opens. He realizes he takes back, like, you know, he stabilizes mentally, and you see he's like, oh yes, my boy Rudy. Yeah, what's good, Rudy? Hey, how you doing? It's just like, they do their like their college handshake. Yeah, what's good? Yeah. Well, I thought you were feeling ill, so I'm gonna take you to the hospital. You know, oh yeah, thank you, bro. And then yeah, they literally just like gets away with it like that. You know, you know what I'm saying? You know. Anyway, yeah, there's a good chance like low key like Asgore didn't even see the knight because of how fast he spit blitzed them. You know, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate it. I would just be confused. But shock only lasts so long before you act. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Okay, like when he gets to the light world, obviously that bubble isn't a real bubble unless, of course, maybe whoever the knight is can keep that form outside of the darkness. Possibly, like if he has the mark of the G mark, like the G man in Half-Life. Anyway, like boom. He maybe that's the strength of it. You know, he can cover himself in dark world energy. You know, boom, and he can like stay the night. You know, extended for an extended period of time outside in the light world. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but it's just like real pure conjecture right now. But yeah, I'm enjoying this discussion though. But yeah. Okay, so
yeah.
I'm gonna give your.
I mean, I don't even have a conclusion really. Like, what are we? The range, the possibility of what?
I'm gonna go like the ritual, like, you know, I'm gonna go the ritual thing.
You're gonna go to thing you made up.
Yeah, boom.
All right.
And with the ritual, I think it also works low key. I think I would give it low key. It has more potential than mine. Mine is more aura and hype moments. Yours, like, if it goes like that, and it's actually happening at the same moment. It low key like is to me like an 81. You know, not that much higher, but it's like, I think it is like potential friend, you know? Did you say potential? But anyway, yeah. I fucking love that image. I love it. Even if it's like expired meme-wise, like because he got his aura back. I love that image. Like, did you say potential? That's so funny. I don't know what it is. Okay. If you put Roaring Knight, the initial stands for Rudy. Well, Rudy Holiday. Boom. Rudy Knight.
Yep. Rudy Holiday.
Yeah. Roaring Knight. Rudy Knight. Boom. 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 Brrr. Exactly. Yeah. Also, Rudy being sick from becoming the Knight in the Dark World also kind of explains. Yeah, I know it means joke. I'm also fucking with you. I'm doing like a quadruple like irony layer. You know, it's like quite a high concept. It's okay. I understand. Dude. If you know.
This is some esoteric shit going on.
Yeah, you know, you gotta watch Rick and Morty before, like, you know.
Yeah, you have to be a Rick and Morty fan before you can truly appreciate the Theory Crafting podcast.
Whatever. Yeah, let me continue. Also, Rudy being sick from becoming the knight in the dark world also kind of explains Noelle. If you think about it, she's quite weak in the light world, but she's only second to the knight in the dark worlds.
That's true.
What do you mean? Like basically,
She's
like
very,
like the
very
holidays are
powerful,
OP.
yeah.
Like they have like OP genes. Like they're just like they tweak the fuck out. You know, like in the dark worlds because they got the holidays are like full of surprises. The surprises like the hands. You know, they got hands. Is that what you're saying? Have a high enough IQ to watch. Have I enough IQ to watch Rick and Morty? No. Believe in yourself. I know you can watch at least. I don't know. I'm not gonna. Yeah, whatever. I cannot keep this bit going. But like she only has the potential to become extremely strong in the dark world, without our outside help. I don't think she could get there. I think if she knew it wasn't a dream, I think if she knew it wasn't a dream, she would have locked. That's what I was saying in my side of the theory. It's like the chapter 6, she will know that it's not a dream, and because of that, she's gonna lock the fuck in. And like because she already has the self-awareness, she already knows she's in a game and all that shit. She's a sleeping agent right now with the anomaly. She knows that shit. So when we're gonna get to chapter 6, she's just gonna confirm her biases. She'll confirm her my perspective, and she's just gonna like go crazy, not crazy like but like crazy like she's gonna go ham. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I think like what held her back was the whole dream thing. She was just like along for the ride. But if she knows it's not a dream, she would have been more proactive, I feel, But that's just a theory, a game theory.
Thanks for watching.
Hey, we're not done yet. Hold on.
Sorry, I was just continuing the.
I don't know.
The outro.
Maybe people will click away. You never know. Okay. No, I mean like.
Sorry, man.
No, I mean like maybe if you are weak in the light world, it means that you have crazy potential in the dark worlds. Oh.
Potential.
Yeah, I had to like pause my brain real quick. Who's the fuck is weak as hell?
Rudy.
No, but apart from Rudy, okay. I mean, look, I would have loved seeing like Asgore's power, like in Dark World, because this was like him, because we know he's him. He is him. Not another him. He is like the goat, literally and figuratively, but he's like strong as hell. We know Asgore got hands, bro. He's a bear. He can one scratch you're dead, you're gone. Like he's just a calm mountain. Everyone in the hometown is lucky that he's chill, Anyway, so like if he actually fought or something, like we would have gotten like some sort of confirmation, but we don't. I don't know. I don't think there's.
I don't know though. I mean, in Deltarune, I feel like it's different. In Undertale, he was the fucking king of the monsters, dude. He was probably yoked the fuck out.
Yeah, he is yoked.
Exercising every day.
Look at his ass. Look at the size of his ass.
Dad.
You don't have such a big ass if you cannot carry the other muscles in your body, man. Like it just makes sense. Exactly. Look at the frame. Look at the aura he got.
I think he's just got that raw strength, but he doesn't have the technique.
So
he'd get his ass beat.
He just no diffs everyone else like out of sheer like pure like autism strength. Like I'm telling you, like bro, you piss him off, you're gone. Like if no technique, whatever. He just sweeps and he rips the fucking fabric of space time. I'm telling you, like Whitebeard, the One Piece style. Bro wasn't ready to get the same smoke that his child gave them in chapter.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because again, I think he's still kind of weak. I still think Rudy's kind of still weak. He's just not as weak as you think, and that's why for Asgore, he had to wait for the third party. Like shit, he had to do like the sneak attack, like the speed blitz type shit. That's why that's why he was like casually strolling in for like the tutorial kidnapping. But. And also, I explained the kidnappings in the previous like episode, which has been posted yesterday, I think. Yeah. Oh no, Monday. Never mind. But yeah, on the YouTube channel, on the main YouTube channel, not the VOD one. Anyway, but yeah, sneaky plug, get it? Okay. But yeah, it's yeah. That's what I'm saying. It makes sense. Anyway, okay. So I hype and aura percentage. Hype and aura percentage. And then we'll be done with the...
I think it's pretty hype, personally.
Hold on.
Noelle being, like, super aware, I think that's pretty aura.
I agree. That's why I was like, you know, when we yesterday during the oh my god, I'm gonna choke.
I think it's gonna be so funny.
Shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I'm alive. I survived.
I think it's gonna be so funny how everyone is like, no, the knight is Des. No, the knight is Rudy. No, the knight is blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be the one option that everyone fucking hates. It's going to be Ezreal. I'm telling you, dude.
You think? Fuck Ezreal. I don't know. Ezreal's cringe. Ezreal. I don't know. I genuinely don't care about Ezreal anymore. I have no interest. Like the guy was supposed to pull up during the festival. He didn't. Yeah, he's a bum. He's a bum. He's like he's a bum. We don't care.
Oh, he was at the festival, all right. He was just the knight.
Oh my god. I guess. Okay, fine, but all right. So give me a
I think
a tiny bit. Just the main bit. Yeah, aura wise is. So hype and aura rate for this.
It's pretty high up there. I don't know if it's like Sham level, but it's like.
I think this goes, for me, like it goes to 80%.
80% hype moments in aura. Okay.
Or 79. Actually.
I'll do that.
I go 79 actually because 80 feels like more. 79, and then this percentage. I think for my theory, this whole like save and load stuff. Like for me, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's 99. It's like 9. For me, it's 99. I don't know about you.
It's a 99 for hype moments.
I would be like shitting my pants. I would be like running out on the walls. I would be like, you know, like I will not be normal about this.
Is that because you made it up, or because
bro, imagine like, it turns out Noelle is like been like, you know, she actually had the glitch, like, oh my god, it explains like the death disappears into the code, and like she knew this whole time that she was like a fucking that's a Shakira song in this one. You know, she knew this whole time, and like she was just like a sleeping agent kind of, and then the weird route like makes her realize it, you know, boom, and like turns out Chris was never like was an NPC as well, and we just started possessing them, but like, and that's why she notices that, and bum, and she can save and load, and like she actually died, and like she can actually save, you know, like Flowey type shit, and like I don't know, it's like so big, and it could be like something so huge. I think it would go wacko mode. I don't know.
I feel like.
What about you? Give me, because I have to cut in half, the apple in half at the end of the day.
Yeah, I feel like we agree on almost all of this up until just the save and load thing. I think that's the only thing we don't.
But that doesn't matter. I'm talking about aura, not plausibility.
I know. I'm just saying, like.
So?
I don't know. I don't want to be mean. 99's a crazy percent. I feel like
give
if
your
I don't
percentage.
Say...
I do not care if it's rude. You know me. I don't care. This.
Okay. I would say I would put it at like an 80.
Okay, so it goes into 95. Okay, 95. Okay, 94. I'm gonna give you the 94% aura. Okay, and then your version. What's your percentage of that like interpretation then?
If Noelle was like, no way, Gaster, I'm the one. Well, I mean, I don't think that's actually what's happening, but if she was actually the one that like straight up just stopped the Goner Maker sequence, oof, I don't know. I'd be kind of like, oh my god, Noelle, where did this movement come from?
Yeah.
I would say, I'd probably also say an 80.
Okay, 80. And I think in terms of hype and aura, to me though, I think that whole version is also like hype, but like, you know, I'm gonna join you on the 8. I'm gonna join you on the 80. Oops, oh, is that Magma I see? Okay. Yeah, hello Bobbert, how you doing? Good to see you, man. We were like finishing our Deltarune theory crafting. This possibly may have big spoilers if you don't know anything about Deltarune. But yeah, this is our podcast and it's super cool. And yeah, well, welcome, here. And we're about finished. We just like we're rating. We gave a plausibility rate to our theory and a hype and aura moments rate, you know. So that, you know, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Then yeah. enjoy your time here and stuff. Cool to see you. So yeah, I'm gonna go join you with the 80 because this feels like more rounded, in terms of like both of the rages, the both of the ratings. I think like this one is like less plausible, but it's like way more hype in my opinion. And generally speaking, like the plausibility rate of just this thing is like massive,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Deltarune, so it's all good. Hype and aura reading. Love that. Thank you. We made it up ourselves. But yeah.
Yeah, that we introduced that last episode, I think.
Thanks again. I'm gonna credit again for like the whole like just the thing that it started this whole thing. To humble Leafy for this just the proposition that maybe Noelle that is in the beginning of the sequence, like doing that. And also, like shout out this artist because I fucking love what they did. But yeah. Sub to the VOD channel, not only for the pod, but also for that Spider-Man Web Shadows VOD. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it, sir. Very much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. Well. Do you have a YouTube channel and stuff? Because I also follow and subscribe as well if you have one and stuff.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, just feel free to share and stuff. But yeah,
feel free to like.
Yeah. No, like. To share. Like, okay. Stop twisting my words. That you're acting like a journalist over here. Okay. So, all right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next podcast for when we're gonna dig into another theory. I don't know which one yet. We're gonna dig in. We're gonna do something. And yeah. This is gonna come out on Monday, I think, like next Monday possibly. Okay. Should be. But yeah. Take care. Have a good one. And we'll see you in the next episode. Smash up, subscribe, hype the video and all that stuff. Follow on Twitch and all that shit. Love you guys. And yeah, feel free to come back on the next session every Thursday at 18-hour Paris time, military time, whatever. And yeah, so you can like exchange with us, about your theories and whatnot. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. What do you have to say? Do you wanna say any final words as well?
No. Well, I mean, sure.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything like pressing to say. Just thanks for showing up. I think if I do the theory I'm planning on doing next time, oh yeah. Things are you're gonna look at the game a lot differently.
Okay, so you have already something in mind.
Yeah, that's my gift to you all.
Okay.
Come back next Thursday.
Yes.
To see where this little little breadcrumb trail goes.
All right. Well, bye-bye.
Bye.